Yugi Bros! Thank you so much, Konami. Thank you for finally giving us something, a spark of hope, a little bit of light to shed on the new Speed Duel pack, Trials of the Kingdom. This is the sneak peek mat for the very first ever Speed Duel sneak peek for Trials of the Kingdom. We're getting this in December. I hope they take into consideration what I've said in my previous videos where, maybe they do some releases a little more often than every 4 months, because with 45 card set size and no real releases in between, it gets really dull really quick. Let's look at regular Yu-Gi-Oh! They get stuff like multiple times a month. And yeah, we don't need multiple times a month, but maybe once a month, once every other month for a set. And in between those different other releases, please, come on. All right, enough of my ranting. They have revealed to us the first ever sneak peek playmat. And I gotta say, it's nice. It's great. I kind of wish these mats were a little bit wider in the sense of top to bottom. Not the length, obviously, the width, just like a regular Yu-Gi-Oh! Playmat. But it's fine. It's fine. It's good to see a different Speed Duel mat. I wish Konami would mass release one of these rubber mats for the general public so that everyone could have one and it wouldn't be some overpriced BS like the previous ones. But, I'll give or take or whatever we can get. This is nice. It does feature Yugi. It does feature the Magician of Black Chaos. So, it's nice and all. But let's get to the real reason we made this video. They revealed the first of, I hope, many new skills. This, however, is limited edition, meaning that it's probably one of the sneak peek skills that they were talking about. And I'm very interested to see whether or not these are literally only going to be sneak peek promos only, or they're going to mass release these later on. Because if they're sneaks only, that's kind of unfortunate, especially because this one is rather good. This is called Terror from the Deep. It's a Mako skill. I have no idea what its activation requirements are because we only see this side of it, but let's get into what it says. Activate this skill during your main phase while you control a Kairu Shin. When this card is activated, you can activate Yumi directly from your hand deck or graveyard. While you control Kairu Shin, all water monsters you control are unaffected by trap effects. If Kairu Shin you control leaves the field, draw 2 cards. And if you do, flip this card over. I would love to believe this isn't once per duel since it doesn't say anything on this side of it, and I doubt it would say anything on the other side. It seems like you just flip it while you have Kairu Shin on your field. This is very good. Yeah, you need Kairu Shin. I get that. We have Slushy, though. People forget. Slushy can bring this back from the graveyard. It is the level 5 or higher Sea Serpent monster. In addition to that, it's the very first printing of Kairu Shin that the TCG has ever gotten. Not that that matters in current real Yu-Gi-Oh!, but for collectors out there, even though this probably won't be a very high rarity, either way, this skill makes up for it in Speed Duels. And I like that they're doing more skills like this, like Nightmare Sonic Blast, and the Catch of the Day for Legendary Fisherman. They need to keep doing skills like this, where it makes monsters that arguably wouldn't be so great instantly amazing. Makes your water monsters unaffected by trap effects. Guys, we can finally drop Levy a Dragon and have it not die to some stupid trap card and then blow up the entire field. And we can activate Yumi from the hand deck or graveyard, so we don't have to play infinite copies of it because it can be played from our grave. So now we have actual good water support. This is what we need. We also have cards like Big Wave, Small Wave in the game to drop this out easier so we can flip this instantly. We have lots of little pieces that are finally making water not the terrible deck that it has become so far in Speed Duels. So what are my general thoughts? I love this card. This is really cool. Hopefully, water will also see more contention with newer water cards that we get in Trials of the Kingdom set itself. But this is a good start. This is a good jump into the situation. I really like this card, and I'm super happy that it doesn't say it's once per duel. Kind of how Spellproof Armor, like, you can flip it, and the monsters are unaffected by spells and effects, blah, blah, blah. But, like, once it's flipped over, that's the end. Not a fan. I arguably don't think cards like that should be once per duel. I understand the skills that are once per duel that are like Last Gamble, where you roll a dice and you draw your cards and stuff. Sure, fine, whatever. But like stuff that directly affects specific monsters in your deck, kind of crappy when it gets flipped over once and then all of a sudden the rest of the duel you're stuck on a really terrible deck because the one skill that made the terrible deck good is now gone. So hopefully we get more and more of stuff like this. But yeah, back to my main question. This is limited edition, so it's definitely probably one of the sneak peek promos. And in previous Konami articles, we've seen that the sneak peek promos are only exclusively going to be for the sneak peek, meaning you can only get them during the sneak peek. And if that is the case, is this going to actually be expensive in Speed Duel terms, of course, because you won't be able to get it mass released anywhere else? If so, I have a huge problem with that, because something like this needs to definitely be taken advantage of in the game itself. We definitely need more cards like this, more skills like this, I should say. And if it's limited to just a sneak peek, what happens if you can't get to a sneak peek, or your OTS specific store or non-OTS store doesn't have a sneak peek, yada yada yada? Like, are you forcefully going to have to go online and purchase one of these to make your deck insane? I know I've been a huge advocate about saying that no skill card deserves to be over $5, period, because it's a one-of in your deck at most, and it doesn't go in every deck. But with something like this, it probably will hold more value just specifically because it would be very hard to find, and I'm not a huge fan of that. Hopefully they'll mass release these at a later point, or these already come in the set, and these are just like foil versions of it, or higher foil rarity versions of what you would get in the set. I'd also be a huge fan of them not making these foil in sets. The point of this game is you want to have as much diversity as possible, so it would be nice to not have to spend any amount of money or any amount of times to try to pull one of these, and if they were commons, that'd be really good, I think, for the game in general. That way you can leave all the rarity slots to powerful cards instead. But yeah, what do you guys think? Leave a comment down below. Do you think this will be very, very exclusive and not easy to get? Or do you think they will give another printing to these so it won't be so ridiculous? Also, let me know what you think down below about having a sneak peek for Speed Duels in the first place. I think it's a very interesting idea on Konami's part. I just hope that, they release product a little more often in the future so that we don't have droughts like we currently have right now. Because this game has been very, very miss. It's been hit and miss since the beginning, but this right now is the ultimate miss because we're missing out on, more diversity, more fun. It kind of gets to be a same old over time that a lot of people just don't really find interest in anymore. And I definitely am no stranger to feeling the same way. But guys, as always, my name is Yugi Bros. Please like and subscribe as always. Click the notification bell to get all of our latest updates. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.